slow, live it up, watching time go. Planning moves, staying solid to this cheat code. Get your money, make it big, fuck being broke. Get your money, make it big, fuck being broke. Live slow, live it up, watching time go. Making moves, staying solid to this cheat code. Get your money, make it big, fuck being broke. Get your money, make it big, fuck being broke. This how it is, the mission's Benjamins. And fuck the drama and the bullshit, we ain't little kids. My circle small, but my riders heart, they never quit. Get your money, keep it gangsta, solid, straight legit. Never switch like the real ones that die for this. It's fucked up, but this is truly how it is. I hope you're ready if you're picking this like full of sin. No turning back, I'll represent my vital to the end. Fuck the fakes and the snakes and everyone that hates. I'm not phased, I won't break, bitch, I'll never change.
You are now watching M.O.D. Entertainment.
What's good, G Life? Now, as we continue the list of neighborhoods when we're talking about northside neighborhoods, from southern barrios, well, we'll be making our way now to the area that is known as Ventura, the 805. The 805 is home to several barrios throughout these, regions. And some of these neighborhoods obviously use the north side title to it. So we will be right here for a few neighborhoods, that represent obviously the north side for the homeboys. And one of the areas is this area right here, to the city of Oxnard. The 805, city of Oxnard, very famous, infamous city. Been put on the map. They have their riders. People know about the 805. They know it cracks right here in the city of Oxnard, homie. Everybody knows that the city of Oxnard is the home of the Chiques barrios. There's so many different barrios within this area that represent Chiques, but they're all different gangs, right? From the Lemonwood Chiques to the Colonia Chiques to the Southside Chiques to the, to the rest of the Chiques, Loma Flat Chiques. All the Chique barrios are right here in the city of Oxnard. You know what I mean? And one of the areas is located right here on the north side of Oxnard, where you could find the NSC neighborhood, the Northside Chiques. Northside Chiques is a real barrio that has already been established here since the late 30s, early 40s. At least this is what I was told, that this barrio was established. And it is a real neighborhood. I know people are so used to hearing Colonia Chiques, the east side, obviously, the south side Chiques. But the north side is also home to a powerhouse, because this was a large neighborhood. And at one point, well known, old school barrio right here, the Northside Chiques in the north side of Oxnard. Now, I know people always debate and talk about what does the word Chiques actually mean, right? Because a lot of people say that it means Chicago and it means all kinds of stuff I've been hearing. Now, luckily, I had the privilege to talking to some older veteranos from the Chiques barrios, not just from the Northside Chiques, but from several other Chiques barrios. And they allowed me to say what the word Chiques actually means. You know what I mean? So I'm here to bring down the spill. At least this is coming from the veteranos, homie. We're talking about some of the original vatos here. And they actually told me that the word Chiques actually has nothing to do with gangs. The word Chiques was actually a term that was given to younger Chicanos before. You know what I mean? Right there growing up, the younger Chicanos were known as Chiques. You know what I mean? Chicanitos, little Chicanos, young Chicanos, pues. When they would attend the dances that they used to have back in the suit days. You know what I mean? So these younger, sometimes, they would get kicked out of the dances and stuff like that. And security guys would know them as troublemakers. That's how they were referred to before they even knew what the term even meant, right? The Chiques, but that's what they were called, Chiques, for being young Chicanos. And that is the reason why all the gangs used the moniker Chiques. Not that they want to be little Chicago or this and that, but they were known as the younger Chica, So that term actually was a phrase that was used before gangs even, were in the picture. So before gangs were even in the picture, that phrase was used. Chiques was known to describe a younger Chicano. It had nothing to do with gangs. And it wasn't until this young group of younger Chicanos formed the barrios and attached that moniker to their neighborhood. They're the north side, Chicanos, or the south side Chicanos, or the east side Chicanos. Shorter term, they used the moniker Chiques. That's what they were known for. And that is actually what the word Chiques, at least this is coming from the big dogs, told me that it means. Because they say that they see a bunch of people putting all kinds of crazy shit on the internet, and it does piss them off. And they even say that, like I said, that it actually had nothing to do with gangs. Now people hear the word Chiques and they attach it to gangs, but the word Chiques actually had nothing to do with gang banging or nothing like that. You know, it was due to the Zuzu, right? You know, the Zuzu days and everything like that to describe younger Chicanos. But now it's obviously the word has just been polluted, you know, to stand for neighborhoods. But that's just the way it is. And the Northside Chiques, one of the pioneers, and continue to represent for theirs. Now, as we continue our way right here into the 805, to the area now, when we head a little bit more up to the area that is known as Fillmore. Now, Fillmore, even though it's a nice area and people get it twisted, Fillmore is home to several barrios. You know what I'm saying? And all these barrios, although they may have the same title, they're different gangs. They're not the same gang. You know what I mean? But they represent the city of Fillmore, kind of like Compton neighborhoods do, Linwood, Pacoima, and etc. Same right here, but they're all individual gangs. And this is home to one of these Northside neighborhoods that I'm talking about, to the Northside Fillmore gang. You know, the Filtros. Fillmore is home to the nutty side, Fillmore. Kind of like I explained it in the Paramount. You know, this is also another neighborhood that writes it like that, nutty side, but nutty side obviously translating to north side. North side Fillmore is probably the largest neighborhood within the area of Fillmore, because you do have east side Fillmore, west side Fillmore, but north side Fillmore is probably the largest one out of this area, you know, when we're talking about neighborhoods. And it is known as the Little Boys Gang, you know, not to be confused with the boys. Little Boys, two different neighborhoods, heavy beef, heavy animosity. You don't want to be confusing them, you know what I mean? I know they sound similar and stuff like that, but they're all different neighborhoods. These are the Little Boys Gang. So this is the gang that is referred to as the Little Boys. That's a clique, their main, you know, what they're known for, their title. And the Northside Fillmore, I was told, at least this is what I was told, is there roughly more than 70 members to the Fillmore's gang, and their territory is everything that's from Good Enough Road. I would have to say their neighborhood extends all the way to Fillmore Bike Path, and the Fillmore Bike Path, their territory still extends all the way to Stadium Highway. Throughout A Street and all of that. So what slices through their barrios: 3rd Street, 2nd Street, B Street, Blind Street, 4th Street, 5th Street. So all of that is their barrio. You know what I mean? Close to the parque right there too, to the Dolores Day Park, and the high school. So throughout all those, through the elementary. So throughout all those back ends, it's what's known as the Northside Fillmore's neighborhood. You know what I mean? The Little Boys Gang. And like I said, this is the most dominant neighborhood right here. Definitely putting it down for the Northside. Fillmore has already been right here, well established since the late 70s, early 80s, when at least is what I was told, when this neighborhood was established, and continue to still put it down. You know what I mean? Don't get it twisted just because it's like up here in the mountains and everything like that. Like I said, it cracks anywhere, homie. That's just how it goes down. And that's what's up with the Northside Fillmore. Another barrio that we have now, this one we would actually have to be making our way you know, further down south, you know, to find this neighborhood, and heading more up to the Inland Empire, to the area that is known as Fontana. Yes, Fontana. You know, the IE, remember I told you guys, the IE is definitely home to several barrios that have already been here for a long time. And, you know, so a lot of these neighborhoods use the north side title to it, you know, to break down each section in which these barrios are coming from. And Fontana, no different. It is home to one of these NSF, or you can see it as NFL neighborhood, which is the North Side Fontana or the North Fontana Locals. Either way you see it, it is, you know, it's the right way. They have different ways of writing it. You know, many neighborhoods, you know, do this, you know, where they have just different ways of writing their barrio. So you can see it up from either NSF or, you know, NFL, you know, North Side Fontana, North Fontana, you know, depending on whoever's writing it. And the North Side Fontana's barrio is everything that's located on Cypress Avenue to Baseline to Palmiro Avenue, and all the way to Foothill Boulevard. So everything that's in the middle is considered their barrio. Throughout Sierra Avenue, that slices through their barrio, throughout Miller, you know, close to the Bill Martin Park as well. So all of that area, it is known as the north side Fontana's barrio, the Fontana locals. Now I was told that this barrio is roughly more than 60 members to it. It's an old school barrio that has already been right here, you know what I mean? But it's not the largest, you know, obviously that going to the South Fontana neighborhood, because there's a lot of gangs in Fontana from the east side, west side, north side, south side, you know what I mean? You got like so many different barrios right here. It's chaotic, homie, you know, it definitely cracks in the IE. Like I said, don't sleep on the Inland Empire, homie. This shit be popping. And, you know, although people want to talk and say whatever they want on Fontana, because I be hearing and seeing on comments, and people don't know what they talking about, homie. It be cracking right here. These guys got some real writers, you know what I'm saying, that will put you down. Fontana ain't playing, homie. And the north side Fontana, definitely a barrio that's legit with the business and holding it down for the north side, you know, Fontana. And now, another north side neighborhood that you have, this one we would actually have to make our way down to my hometown, to the San Fernando Valley, the A18. The A18 is home to another north side neighborhood. And this one, obviously, I don't have to speak about it that much because people already know about this barrio. You know, it's all over TV and plastered everywhere all the time, which is the barrio MS. MS has a click out right here in the San Fernando Valley that is known as the north side MS. North side meaning for, obviously, you know, the northern, you know, part of the county. You know, that's why, you know, north side, that's, you know, why 18 right here writes it north side, and, you know, Lennox and, you know, MS, for their branches that are located over here in the San Fernando Valley. MS has been right here since the 80s in the San Fernando Valley, late 80s, early 90s. Their numbers spread out pretty large because they did get pretty big right here. They're located right there in the to the area that is known as the Fulton Projects, right there on Fulton, obviously. You know what I mean? Battling right there with North Hollywood locals, and they be getting chaotic right there. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see one of the clicas as, you know, more recognized in this area is the Fulton locals, because obviously they're located on Fulton, and it definitely cracks right there. These guys, you know, I'm not gonna take nothing from them. They, you know, because we go at it with them, but they're large. They handle business. I had my encounters with these guys a lot. They get on and cracking, homie. MS, you know, they ain't no chumps. You know, they ain't no suckers, homie. You know. They definitely have numbers right here. They spread out to several other cities within the San Fernando Valley, but North Hollywood being their domain, that's where they originated from when they moved out here, and then they just spread it to different areas. But this is the original home ground for them right there on Fulton. You know what I mean? Everybody knows them as the Fulton locals, the FLS. One of them, you know, they have several other clicas, but that's one of the more known ones. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, they definitely have numbers and continue to represent right there for the Northside MS, putting theirs on the map. Another neighborhood that we have that uses the Northside moniker, for this one, we actually have to make our way, you know, more further down, to the area that is known as the Imperial Valley. The Imperial Valley is home to a lot of barrios, homie. It definitely cracks right here. It is chaotic, bro. They ain't playing right here, homie. You know, into the wrong area around these parts, and you end up missing. You know what I'm saying? These guys ain't playing, homie. These guys will definitely get it on and cracking right here in the Imperial Valley. I know people often forget about the Imperial Valley when they're talking about like the whole gangbanging scene and stuff like that. They've been having neighborhoods right here for a cool minute, holding it down just as well. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about homeboys. You know, it be cracking over here. And some of the neighborhoods home to this area is the Centro. The Centro barrios. There's different Centro barrios. We're talking about from, you know, the west side Centros, the east side Centros, south side Centro, and, of course, the north side Centros. Northside Centro is probably the largest ones when we're talking about the Centro barrios. This barrio is at least is what I was told, is roughly more than 100 members to this barrio. So it be cracking right here in the Centro. You know what I mean? Obviously, the other neighborhoods are just as large too. You know what I'm saying? But the Northside Centro, you know, it's a barrio they definitely hear about, and their barrio is everything from Euclid Avenue to 4th Street all the way to Calvary Avenue, and Oak Road. So Oak Road is their main domain. Oak Road and 12, homie. Oak Road and 12, that's already, you're already in the heart of the hood. That's their domain, because that's why it's known as the Northside Centro 12. You know what I mean? And Oak Street, obviously, you see in written and everything. I know people think that it's different barrios. It's not different barrios. It's the same barrio. That's just how they write it. Northside, Centro, 12. You know, Oak Street. You know, standing for Oak Street. You know, I know it's Oak Road, but it's the same thing as a street. And so their barrios, everything from that, from Magnolia, from San Diego Avenue to 3rd. Everything to where the park is at, or the field that's right there, is considered their barrio. It's not a big, large chunk of territory, but this barrio, you know, happened to recruit, you know, just heads around and just, you know, spread out. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it gets chaotic right here in Centro because you have the Posada, you have the West Side Centro, you have the, you know, East Side, South Side Centros. Hey, it gets cracking right here. You know what I mean? Then you have the F streets and the Lee streets, and man, there's barrios right here. You know, I be telling people that they be sleeping on these areas. Centro is definitely with the business, representing for the North Side Centro, the 12s, the Oak Street, holding it down for theirs and continue to put theirs on the map.
Thank you for watching M.O.D Entertainment. Make sure you like and subscribe.